back to Grace Nicole Myths, Astrology and Tarot. Cards in Divine Time. Okay, for those of you just new to me, just keep in mind I have no filter and I don't sugarcoat my messages. Okay, very raw, real reader. I read how I read. I never know what is going to come out of my mouth. So respectfully, if that's not your thing, you got kids around, you just don't appreciate those kinds of messages. I'm always very respectful of that. You can sign off now. Otherwise, we will be getting into some collective energies. For those of you who are catching this in divine time, it is currently fresh into Aries season. So if you are catching this in divine time, chances are there's some stuff Aryan related that you need to keep in mind, all right? It's probably citing your own Aryan energy. But we are doing this in divine time, seeing what comes out. And you can ride or wait. What kind of message is needed for you? See what Spirit has come through. Hello, hello. How you doing? If this ends up resonating with you and you guys would like to book a personal reading, you can find my Etsy shop in the description. All my services you can get there, plus other cool merch like this. This is my Sagittarian shirt. I don't know, maybe it's the Sag in me that likes it. It's the truth. All right. So Spirit, what is going on? What message would you have come through in divine time for whoever needs it? What message would you have come through for whoever needs it in divine time? I feel like this is going to end up being like an almost personal reading. What's going on, Spirit? What's going on? What's going on? Give me some more, please. One more insight. Ooh, and a Y. Nice. All right. All right, so we have the King of Cups on the bottom. That is the underlying purpose. And then we have the Eight of Swords on top, which is the current state. Feeling like you don't have a move to make or don't know what to do. I'm using my truth key spread. I know you guys can't necessarily see all of it with the upright angle. Try and fit as much in as I can. Okay, so right now the self is in the Hanged Man position and it's in reverse. So there's almost a resistance to seeing why Spirit does what it does. That might have a lot to do with this card here, right? feeling trapped in the mind, not being able to see from Spirit's perspective, trying to see things from a very human perspective instead of Spirit's perspective, which is normal for humans. I mean, we see things from our own perspective, right? We don't necessarily see things from Spirit's perspective because it's not what we're used to. That's what we're learning, right? The Four of Coins in the past position, it's about holding on to comfort zones or what has become normal, right? Even if it's not ideally everything that Spirit would give you, right? Holding on to it because it's become normal. Ultimately, the self wants the Four of Wands, which is the twin flame energy within the self. It is the union within card, right? The 1111 self-mastery, union of two whole souls, right? The union of two whole souls, which is essentially what the Hanged Man wants. Unfortunately, the Hanged Man with this on top, it fears the worst case scenario, okay? As humans, we might fear the worst case scenario. When something seems too good to be true, we typically sabotage ourselves into making it not true. But the underlying energy is the King of Cups with the King of Swords. And Temperance under that. Holy. And Victory under that. So listen. Got Soulmate energy under that. Ace of Wands. Jesus. Okay. So there's the whole underlying purpose is the alchemy, right? Which is Temperance, okay? The alchemy between mastering the mind and mastering the emotion, okay? The Suit of Swords and the Suit of Cups. Being able to convince the two to work together instead of being at war. Temperance is Sagittarius's card, okay? So whatever Sagittarian energy you have in your chart. Hanged Man is Piscean energy. We have more Piscean energy with the High Priestess at the end, and we have Cancerian energy too. So we have this Piscean, Cancerian type flow, and there's lots of cups. All three cards in between, as far as the progression, are cups, and King of Cups on the bottom, so lots of water, okay? Lots of emotional processing. Lots of emotional processing. We might be holding on to essentially the nightmare state, okay? We might be holding on to with this Four of Coins, or used to, right? Because it's past position, used to hold on to what is essentially the nightmare state and feeling trapped in it like there's no options. When, of course, there's options, right? We might be used to or find normalcy in what is less than we deserve, okay? That our state of being upset or unsatisfied became normal. We have the Nine of Cups here with the Six of Cups. This is a sacred soulmate. And a wish come true, and it's in the near future and developing future position. It is the end of third parties with the Three of Cups in the reverse. Intuitively, I think intuitively you know the universe is working miracles, because the Chariot typically represents divine intervention, movement in the right direction, right? The Chariot is a very watery flow, okay? Like the river just flows, and it flows in the direction moving you forward. The Chariot brings in something that flows. Intuitively, you already know and are picking up on it, that you're being guided, right? You're being guided in the flow towards a direction. It's the mind that might be having a hard time letting go of being upset and choosing to stay in upset states, right? It's not like the divine's not bringing in something gorgeous. That union that is typically manifesting underneath the surface, right? That we want. That Four of Wands energy. It's just the mind might be upset that it doesn't look like the way it thought. But Spirit's like, you know, if you stop seeing with your human eyes and saw with my eyes, right, then you would see that this is better than anything that you could have perceived with your own eyes, with your own mind. For real, for real. Spirit's giving you something very mature and asking you to be very mature emotionally in order to receive it. Spirit is asking you to see how it sees, to remove yourself from your own mind and see the beauty of Spirit and how it does what it does, the higher perspective, and to bring that emotional maturity and that spiritual sight, that spiritual way of perceiving into union within the self. Hey, how you doing? Because that ultimately leads to the victory, right? The Six of Wands underneath of that, that's what ultimately leads to the victory. If you can be emotionally mature enough to step away from what is undeserved and move into an emotional space where you feel deserving and can receive and reciprocate, right? Because emotional maturity can reciprocate what it receives and what it gives, right? It has that equal exchange. Being able to see from that higher perspective that Spirit has your back and wouldn't let you down, right? Our egoic mind might let us down, but Spirit wouldn't. You know what I mean? That Spirit within the self. When I talk about Spirit, it's not necessarily outside of you. Spirit is something that is within all of us, right? We're not separate from it. We're not separate from it. We just believe that we are, right? We just believe that we are, but Spirit's within the self. So when I say Spirit is manifesting, you know, beautiful twin flame energy where you have two whole souls, right? Because the 1111 is the yin and the yang, and the yin and the yang coming together in union, right? Two whole souls coming together. Don't think that it's too good to be true. Like, that in and of itself sabotages things. It sabotages things. It's not too good to be true. It is so fucking good because your alignment is so fucking good. And Spirit said, hey, it's universal law. Like attracts like. Like, if you don't want to accept like attracts like and accept that this is beautiful, well, that's fine. We'll just put you back in the vibration you were in and you'll manifest the same that you've always manifested. You know what I mean? But your intuition knows. Ultimately, your intuition knows. The High Priestess, something divine is moving its way in, right? This is a wish fulfilled and a very sacred soulmate. The Six of Cups is deep scorpionic energy. It's very deep soul connection. It's that empathy, right? That someone can see what your needs are and be able to fulfill the needs without feeling like you have no one that sees your needs, right? It's an instant meet. My soul recognizes and sees your soul. My soul loves your soul. There's an understanding there, right? Like I said, this is the end of those third parties energies. That Three of Cups that came out in reverse. Whoever the sacred soulmate is puts an end to the third parties. Those outside characters that aren't truly in alignment. So if you're catching this in divine time, like, trust what the fuck Spirit's manifesting, okay? Like, trust. What guidance, Spirit? Let's do Sacred Rebels. This one's popping out at me, so here we go. What's the guidance, Spirit, for anyone who would catch us in divine time, who might be tempted to go back into old vibrations, right, and not receive the actual divine intervention or miracle that's coming in on their behalf? What guidance would you give them to help reassure them or keep them in alignment with their highest good path, right? that they could let go of the nightmare state or the fear state that would tell them, no, it's too good to be true, right? It's too good to be true. Be afraid of it. It's too good to be true. Bring it into form. Bring it into form. Card number 41. Lots of 4s and 1s today. 4 is the number of stability and archangels, and 1 is a number of initiation and new beginnings. To the 5, which is ultimate change and manifestation. So, card number 41. It says, beautiful dreamer. You can imagine wonderful worlds of light. You can dream up so many possibilities. Now it is time to bring those possibilities of light into the world. They need to be more than ideas. They need to live, to manifest. The world needs not only your dreams, beautiful as they are, but also your creations. Get thee to thy desk, thy easel, thy computer. Work, beautiful dreamer. Don't just dream. Create. Make it happen. You are being asked to honor yourself with a commitment to complete your inspired tasks. This will help you to grow, and that is a wonderful reason to commit. But there is another reason too. You know that your inspired ideas are worth translating into practical forms so that other people can access them and experience something special too. If you have been thinking about writing a book, painting a picture, or acting on an inspiration or idea, then this oracle is bringing you an unequivocal yes. Do it now. Don't dally or dither about the details or worry about how it is all going to work out. The universe loves a bold spirit. Once you take a step, it will rush toward you like an enthusiastic and chivalrous lover, opening doors, hand gently guiding at your lower back as you are moved forward. You will promptly be provided with all that is needed to take the next step. There is sacrifice inherent in translating the perfection of an idea into the limited physical form. Although something may be lost when turning a multi-dimensional concept of endless potential into something concrete, this oracle guides you to realize that there is much more to be gained. You must become free of this inspiration so that you can receive your next inspiration. It is already waiting for you, so on you must go. This oracle also confirms that the information you need to translate your ideas into form will be provided according to the higher wisdom of life. It may or may not happen by traditional routes, even if it seems unimaginable. When it is time for something to be born into form, nothing can stop it. It will happen. If you've also drawn a sacred fool, feel sure that your path of success is not going to fold according to the usual rules and regulations. Yeah, well, this is the only card that we pulled. So yeah, you know, the advice, right? The advice is if you have to let something go, especially if it's your worst case scenario fear state, it's worth letting it go for what's actually being gained, right? The actual concrete manifestation of whatever this is. Like, Spirit's asking you, like, to just do it. If you have been thinking about it, like, unequivocal yes. Do it now, it says. Once you take a step, it will rush towards you like an enthusiastic and chivalrous lover. You know, and that's just it. Once you say yes to spirit, right, whatever the divine miracle is that spirit's bringing, whatever the wish is that is being granted for you, right, whatever your intuition knows that you are deserving of and ready to receive, if you can say, yes, I'm ready to receive, and apply it, right, and apply it, then you can't not receive it. You can dream a beautiful dream, but it doesn't make sense if you don't actually put any actions to it. You know what I mean? Like, it would be great if I dreamed of starting a YouTube channel and I dreamed of reaching thousands of people, but it wouldn't make sense if I never acted and actually made the YouTube channel and reached what is essentially now thousands of people, right? You have to act. You can dream a beautiful dream. It doesn't make sense if you're not acting on it. So bring it into form. Allow yourself to act on it. Allow yourself to trust that spirit is bringing you in something fucking wonderful. And do it. Make it possible for yourself. Whatever it is that you've been dreaming of, whatever it is that you've been wanting, you know, especially if it involves something worth committing to. Like, if you're going to find someone who commits to you, what do you do first? You commit to yourself, and committing to yourself sometimes means applying the receiving of your dream. Sometimes you have to commit to yourself in order to receive the commitment of someone else who is also committed to you, right? Sometimes you have to put a little effort in. You have to put the effort in. No risk, no reward, right? Go all or go home. 99% is not 100. No risk, no reward. No risk, no reward. So follow your intuition, right? If your spirit is telling you to take a leap of faith on something, put something into motion, start something, do something to manifest what it is that you want, what the fuck are you waiting for? You busy having nightmares about what could, should, would go wrong in an imperfect world? Yeah, it's imperfect when your energy is imperfect, but if your energy is on fucking point, well, then so is your manifestation, honey. So is your manifestation. Trust your fucking self. Trust spirit, right? Fucking trust. So if this message caught you in divine time, take a step, reap your reward. Hey, hey, hey. Go get it, right? Go get it. Go make it happen. It's in alignment. If you needed that confirmation, it's in alignment. Go. Go enjoy whatever it is. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you again, well, in divine time. Take care.